The contradictions of y'all black women is just so ridiculous. Let me talk about this. This is DJ Wolf Live. You know, I always hear black women talking about, I ain't gonna never find me a good man. They hard to find. Either they married, they straight but thuggish, or they fruity. Now here's the thing, black women. You're never gonna find a man who wanna find you if you ain't right yourself. I've said it time and time and time again. Y'all women be trying to go up to the church to pray up to go find a man. You know, y'all be trying to hunt for guys at work. Y'all be trying to hunt for guys at the park. Everywhere. Just like the same thing guys do when it comes to women. Except y'all do it for other reasons that guys do it for. Guys, especially single guys, they mainly do it to get booty. You know. Women do it for either money, security of a man, or just want to be in love. You know, they have multiple reasons. But then you got some women who are shallow as fuck. And they'll tell you, I want a certain man who has to be all that in a bag of chips. Yet, they fat. They eat a lot. They eat all the fucking time, matter of fact. They got multiple children. And they expect the perfect guy to come fall in their lap. Oh, yeah. They expect the perfect guy to fall right in their lap. At every time. Yeah. They show us the perfect guy is supposed to fall right in their lap. Like, here he is. No. Don't work that way. Y'all know it don't work that way. Yet you expect it to be that way each and every time. I don't get with y'all black women anymore. You know, you want to have your cake and eat it too. You expect a guy to love you for who you are, but you expect to love a guy for who they are. They have to be perfect in your eyes. You ain't got to be shit in theirs. Y'all be killing me with this mess, man. He has to be perfect, but you don't. And then you wonder why you can't find no good man. A good man is not going to find you unless you have unless you're a little on the open-minded side. Let me put it like that. That's number one. Okay. Number two, you have to have yourself. You got to be right yourself. And what I mean by right yourself, you know, you can't sit there and act like, oh, he got to be a good Christian. He got to be fun. He got to be all this, all that. And yet, you ain't got your act together. You 350 pounds, sloppy wet. You know, really? 350 pounds, sloppy wet. And then on top of that, being sloppy wet, you got all these kids. Some of them by multiple guys. You know? And you ain't perfect. That's what be tripping me out. You ain't near about perfect. I've heard women recently talking about that too. I was like, they were like, oh yeah, you know, he gotta look like this and blah blah blah. He gotta be making sense. Okay, now one thing I agree with these women on. The guy has to have a job. He just can't be no bum. You can't call yourself trying to mack a woman and not have your shit together, fellas. You just can't. You know, your game of gold in 2019 don't work like it did in 1970 or 79 or maybe even 89. That shit don't fly no more. You got too many independent women out here now who are earning their keep, and some of them earning more money than guys. And a matter of fact, a lot of them are. Than some of the guys they fuck with. You know? My thing is, if y'all guys want to mac that woman, or you want that woman to have any interest in you, you better have your shit right. I've been watching a show, 90 Day Fiance. There's a black guy on there named Caesar. I'm not speaking out of tune, this is fact. I haven't figured out yet. Before I get to talking about this guy, there was a guy who I used to live across the street from, a former neighbor of mine. I'm not going to tell you his name or anything, but I'll say this. He was the same guy as Caesar was. If you know what I'm talking about, if you watch 90 Day Fiance, you know what I'm talking about. Caesar is the black guy who was on that show, who was trying to chase this woman all the way over in Ukraine, thousands and thousands, if not 100,000 miles away. But more on that later. David was the first guy that I ever knew, and black guy too. The first black guy I ever met that was after mail order brides. He ain't the first one I talked about that, but, well, I should take that back. He was. Cause I knew other people before him that was trying to get a mail order bride. But he's the first one that I knew was pursuing it heavy. And I'm like, what the hell? You mean to tell me you don't know how to mac a black girl? Now, all black women are alike, but you can't expect to hit the coochie the first night. I'll be honest with you. You know, if you get the coochie the very first night, she all about that and nothing else. Some guys like it that way, but you can't get serious with a chick if that's all she about. No more than some women could take a guy seriously if the first thing he say he fall in love with you the first night he meet you, like Caesar. And he's spending all his money on you. Talking about, I can see ourselves raising a family and having kids in the backyard and white fence on. Guys usually don't say shit like that. And if you do, you better check your manhood. That's all I'm saying about that. But, and I thought it was weird. But in the case of Caesar spent $40,000 on a woman he never met. Kind of like what Dave was doing. Black guy. He never even been to her country. He's never even been in her presence. He never even got to smell her ass. Just saying. You know, hell, if a woman ever get more than $10 out of me, I got at least look at the booty. You know, I'm just kidding. But for $40,000, I better get the whole I better get the whole shebang. You know, now I'm just kidding about the $10 thing. That's just a joke. I'm referring to if I'm taking her out like every single night, and we friends, and it gets a little bit to be more just friends consensually. You know. But on top of that, if I'm spending that kind of money, yeah, we gotta do some things. I'm telling you right now, $40,000 is a lot of money for you to be involved with a woman. Damn, that thing like that. Look at this truck, this car carrier. It looked like it's on his last leg. It's leaning towards the right, and you got 4 cars in that mug, and a truck like it's barely holding on. I'm gonna stay my distance a little bit because I don't want to get my brand new car towed up behind that mug. Anyway, that swing a little bit too. But anyway, before I forget what I was gonna say, I didn't understand it. It was one episode before he went to Mexico. He was actually going to Mexico to meet her there. And the girl, the picture he showed of the Ukrainian woman, she's a very, at least the picture that I saw of her was she's a very beautiful woman. I'm not gonna lie, I could kind of understand why he would fall for her. But I don't understand why he would fall for it and send her send her money for 5 years. And he's never seen her. He's never met her. He's never licked her toes. He never licked her booty. He never licked her JJ. He never even smelled it. He ain't as much filled her up. Ever. And I'm like, dude, you're nuts. All these women in America you could be dating, of all kind of women that you could be dating in America. And I mean that, man. For real. And he's trying to chase some woman in Ukraine. And he's giving away her money. His money. He don't make a whole lot of money as this. He was borrowing money from people, as a matter of fact. So he was in Mexico. To make a long story short, he was in Mexico. He went over to Mexico and bought flowers and cards and candy and dinner and candles. The works. You know what you do when you try to get with a woman and get with her and set up a romantic evening. Next thing you know, he called the chick on the flight that she's supposed to be on, and he called up. He kind of like doubled down on a little bit. The airline, reservations said basically had to cancel the flight due to insufficient funds. Of course, your boy Caesar tried to downplay this shit and pretend like, oh, I don't know what happened. You the goddamn lie. You know exactly what happened, Caesar. You didn't have the money. He wasn't fooling nobody. Dude, you didn't have the money. You had no money for her to fly out. That's exactly what happened. He played dumb about it. And she just in turn to say, you know what? I ain't dealing with it. Because initially he tried to make it like it was her fault. It wasn't her fault at all. It was really Caesar's fault because Caesar did not pay for the flight. He didn't have the money. He never had the money for it in the first place. He was full of it. And he knew that. He got caught. BSing the whole time. The whole time. Yep. You look like a complete idiot. Oh. Yeah. You look like a complete imbecile the whole time. But yeah, he looked like a complete idiot the entire time. He called himself trying to book this chick. He couldn't book her because, he did book her. He actually, if he had the money, he probably could have, closed the deal with her. But instead, he didn't. He was an idiot. He didn't have the money, but he tried to downplay like, oh, I don't know what happened. And at the end of the day, he was mad lying. This cat knew what happened. What happened was Caesar had spent more money than he had. In turn, by spending more money than he had, he was basically SOL. And he knew that. But he wasn't man enough to face the music that he played himself at that point. Plain and simple. The moral of the story is, stop trying to go overboard for a woman you ain't never meet. Stop trying to be so shallow like American women are too materialistic when you talking to a Ukrainian woman who probably is westernized as any of them. Trust me, I know. I dated German women who were like that. Now, westernized as American women are. So what wouldn't it make a difference? And as you females, stop being so picky. That's why you can't get any good men, because you're too picky. They got to be perfect. As perfect as you're not. And I know a lot of y'all ain't perfect, so don't even try that mess. That's why y'all have problems getting men. Because you pretend like you're so perfect and you're not. And then the ones I've talked to, they ain't even close. They're not even top 10. So, what to expect? This is DJ Wolf. I'm out.